Alright, hello and welcome to Minish Cap any %. So this is my submission, and we're gonna start right off by restarting the game. And timing starts on file select. Alright, so this is Minish Cap any %. The run will take around an hour 50 minutes. So a few things to start off. I'm playing on the Wii U Virtual Console. That's because the Wii U saves around 2 seconds faster than the Game Boy, so over the course of the whole run that saves around 30 seconds or so. Also, I can play on the Wii U Pro Controller, so that's pretty nice for movement and stuff like that. Also, we're playing on the Japanese version, as you can see. This is because, first of all, the text is a bit faster on the Japanese version. It saves around a minute or a bit more, maybe. And second, on the European version, there's a change made later in the game that allows us to basically, we can't warp away from the end of Palza Wins. You will see later, I will get to that later. And that loses around 40 seconds. And on the North American version, there's a glitch fixed actually that saves around 3 minutes in the any % run. So yeah, we don't run on that. Alright, right here we're gonna do 2 rolls. Because we're doing a RNG manipulation right now. So you saw me restart the game before I started the run. That's because if you restart, basically the RNG gets set to a specific value every time, and with specific rolls and slashes, we can manipulate the RNG to drop the blue rupee right here. Alright, very nice. We need around 140 rupees, I think, over the course of the whole run. But yeah, we'll get some more rupees later. Okay, so for now, let's talk a bit about the story of the game. Zelda came and got Link from his house, because she wanted to go to a festival with him. This festival is held because once every 100 years, the door between the Minish world and the human world opens, and that is this year. So they're having a festival. The Minish are basically very small people that only kids can see with the bare eye. Okay, right here, Zelda gets to choose between a heart container, rupee, and the shield, and obviously she picks the shield because what else would you pick? Yeah, but we'll make our way to the castle now. Zelda's going a bit faster than us. But now she's getting shot by this business grub, but we do have the shield, so we're just gonna block it. And tell him that it's not very nice to shoot young ladies. So he just disappears. And now we're at the castle. This is the mayor of Hyrule Town, and we're gonna begin more of the festival. Alright, so this is the chest that has all the enemies banned into it, or something like that. And this is Vadi. Fun fact, this is the only time we will see him ever walk in the whole run, in the whole game. So basically, Vadi is the antagonist of this game. He's searching for the light force because it gives him unlimited power. It's basically like the Triforce of this game, but this game doesn't really have a Triforce, so we'll call it the light force. But Vadi thinks the light force is in this chest, so he breaks it open, but actually there's only enemies in there. And now all the enemies are released. Fun fact, if you never watched this cutscene, the enemies never get released into the world. Well, I guess if you never get the sword, but yeah, we'll get to that later. Alright, so Lottie attacked Zelda. Zelda is now stoned. We need to save Zelda. And yeah, the king's gonna tell us how to do it. So basically the king says to save Zelda we need to get the Four Sword. And to get the Four Sword we need to repair the sword that Lottie broke. So we get it, and we repair it by getting the 4 elements and bringing the swords to the smith, to the Minish smith. And they're sending us because we're children, we're a child, so we can see the Minish. Basically they're telling us to go find the Minish, and we're gonna do that right now. And this is where like the first bit of gameplay starts. And we can roll every 28 frames in this game, so we're gonna utilize this a lot because rolling is pretty fast. That's the first bit of RNG in the game. The doctor usually doesn't hit us, but apparently it does right now. We'll live with it. So, basically the Minish are set to live in the Hylian woods. So we're going there right now. I'm gonna search a bit for them. So as you saw right there, with the rolls we have a little bit of invincibility that we can use to roll through enemies. And we use it quite a bit in this run. It's pretty nice. Now we meet our best friend. It's the duck Eslo, or whatever you like to call him. Maybe he's the head, maybe he's the duck. No one knows. But he's getting bullied by these Octoroks right here, and he wants us to save him. So we do that. Alright, so the only useful thing Eslo ever does is push us a few frames, as you can see right there. That's the only useful thing he does in this entire run. But now he's our head because we're going too fast and he can't move along with us. Oh wait, there's another thing Eslo can do. Basically, if we stand on these tree stumps, Eslo can sing a song or something like that, a magic song. And that turns us into Minish. As you can see right here, Link gets really, really small. It can go outside here. You see Link small. Link is now shrink to Minish size. So that's like one of the 2 gimmicks of this game. We'll get to the other gimmick of this game. You can actually get the first cycle on these lily pads, but it's very precise. It's probably frame perfect. Only one person has ever done it. Only one human has ever done it, but not in a run. He took like 50 minutes, so yeah, it was Toad's he took like 50 minutes before he got it once, so that just shows how precise it is. Alright, those were the Minish. And we're in Minish Village right now. And this guy is the only guy who can talk in the human language to us, and he basically tells us to get the Jabberknot so that we can understand all the Minish. And we're gonna do that right now. Here's the Jabberknot. If I do precise rolling, oh, okay, guess not. Maybe we can clip onto that ladder a bit there, saves a bit of time. And now that we have the Jabberknot, we will make our way to the Minish Elder, who tells us more about the 4 elements. And what a surprise, the first element is right here in the Minish Village, so we'll get that. And yeah, he is blocking the path, but we can do it. We can go through now and enter Deepwood Shrine. Alright. So this dungeon is kind of like, some people call it like a tutorial dungeon because the puzzles are not very difficult to figure out in this dungeon, and Aslo talks a lot to you about the basic mechanics. Like right here he says press R to open the door. Yeah, and here he tells us to pull a lever. One thing we need to care about with Aslo triggers is that if we roll into them, the game waits until Link finishes another roll. So basically what happens is that Link just stands there for a second and nothing happens before the Aslo cutscene triggers. So we basically want to walk into all the Aslo triggers instead of rolling into them. There's two exceptions. One was right before the first Minish portal, and one is right here in this barrel. So you can roll into this one without a problem. Alright, so yeah, this is like the core part of the dungeon. We freed the barrels from some wines, and now we can like roll it over by rolling and walking in it. And here we just need to push this pot onto the switch. So as I said, just very basic puzzles. Yeah. Here a little bit of tech. So if you pull something and let go of the control stick after you pull, it's a little bit faster than just holding one direction. Yeah, we do that a little bit. We do that sometimes when we just pull stuff. And now we go on to the next section. So we just like twist this barrel here to move the entrance. We now can use the key here. I use these mushrooms. I'm kind of using like the sweat drops of Link as like a visual cue for when I need to release. And again here using that tech. And here we can abuse the invincibility frames. I didn't really get it right there, but that's okay. We just kill these 3 bugs. I guess they're called Moldors or something. So you just kill them, get another key. I can move on. Alright, here we're gonna do a little setup, I guess, so that we can roll through that enemy. It's pretty nice. We can just I didn't mean to pick up that pot, but that's fine. Alright, here we have the mini boss of this dungeon. Basically, we need to hit his nose, and then we can hit his tail. And if we don't miss hitting his tail, we can kill him in 2 cycles. So, yeah, just like that. And we get the first item, which is the Gust Jar. And the Gust Jar basically allows us to suck things, like this web right here. And this web right here too. So another bit of tech here. If we fall into that hole without releasing the Gust Jar, so if we release the Gust Jar, that just like that, we get like a little bit pushback animation. But if we fall into that hole without releasing and also walk into the Aslo trigger right there, Link just doesn't get pushed back. So yeah, we do that. Some like small time saver. So like yeah, this dungeon is all about like small optimizations. Doesn't have any glitches yet. We hope to discover some glitches maybe soon. If you're This game used to be not broken at all until like the halfway point. And then about a year ago we found another glitch in the second dungeon. So now, yeah, we have more glitches in early game. But we still don't have a DVS skip. Everyone will like that. Alright, yeah, we're just doing this lily pad section right here. These enemies can be a bit annoying, but we just kill them. And it's fine. Alright. Now we're here in the last room, or second to last room, I guess. Get the boss key. Yeah, we just suck these mushrooms so they fling us over the gap, I guess, and get the boss key. And now we're making our way to the final boss. Or not the final boss, the boss of this dungeon. Yeah, just a bit more movement. And we're there. Alright, so this is the first boss. Basically, because we're small, all the normal enemies are pretty big, just like this Chew. He's a normal Chew, but he's pretty big because we're small. And yeah, that's big green Chew for you. We're gonna use the gust jar on his like his feet, I guess you could say. I don't really know if that's called feet. To make him trip over. And he swings from side to side, so we want to stay on the side he swings to first, because then he like swings only 3 times instead of 5 times if we would stand on the other side. And also there's a little bit of RNG with the hits, how often we can hit him. We can hit him between 5 and... oh my god, my webcam lost its connection, that's not good. I'm gonna try to fix that. Alright. Oh no. Oh, what happened? Why is it not connecting anymore? That's not good. Alright, does it work again? Okay, it works. Good. Yeah, I'm using my phone. I don't have a webcam right now. But it should work again. Yeah. Looks like my whole internet is not working right now. Okay. My stream's back on. Good. Yeah, luckily I'm locally recording. Alright, that was a bit weird, but should be fine now, everything. Yeah, so we got the element, we're going out now. You saw me grab the heart container. We grabbed all of the heart container apart from one, because the game is really hard and we need all the hearts we can get. And yeah, this guy gives us bombs right here. Bombs are pretty useful. We were just set up for a damage boost. If there were to like drop items from these stones, we could boost through them, and like we don't pick them up again. Yeah, so we're going back to Hyrule Town, making a little like going to this statue right here. We will do that later, like an hour in. And here we encounter Hurdy-Gurdy, and he basically gives us the Kinstone back. The thing is, he wants to fuse with us, so he basically teaches us how to fuse. Keystone fusions are a big part of this game, and he wants to fuse with us, but we don't, so we just save and quit right here, and that skips all of the fusion animations and stuff like that. We will have to use the Keystone bag later though. And now we get the spin attack, because if we don't get the spin attack, we can't leave Hyrule Town. Alright, yeah. He just gives it to us. And now we're gonna make our way to Mont Crenel, because that's where the next element is. Yeah, we show this guy our spin attack. Says, yeah, that's cool. Can now go on. So one thing with bombs, if you place a bomb, pick it up immediately and throw it immediately, it will explode half a second faster than usually. And there's another thing we can do, which is called a roll lift. So if we place a bomb and roll 2 frames afterwards, the bomb will do like a little bounce, and it will explode 1 second faster. But, well, as I said, it's frame perfect, so we can't really get it that consistently. But for the most part, we have like, wow, that guy's in the way. Okay, we have like setups so we can pick up the bomb here and we'll explode right when we get to the stone wall. And here we go, grab some more blue rupees, we will need those later. And we can also grab a fairy there. It's a pretty nice like health refill, because you can take a lot of damage really quickly in this section. Alright, so in this game there are 3 different types of portals. So we had the tree stump, and now we have the stone, and there will be a pod later. And the first one of each, we cannot skip the cutscene. After that, we can skip the cutscenes. And here we're getting green mineral water. We will need that for later. Here we can just use our sword to grab the rupee over the wall. That's pretty funny. So we don't have to use the line, and we need those rupees. Yeah, you just go over this gap and through this cave. And here we have tornadoes, and we can jump into them, and then Aslo will basically turn into a parachute, I guess. We can just fly over gaps. It's like a pretty nice feature, and it looks funny. Here we just reveal the portal. And get this bean. Alright, so these enemies can be in our way, maybe. Let's hope not. And yeah, good. So if they're in your way, they just hit you and you throw the bean. Basically you have to just pick it up again. But now we can use our mineral water on this bean to make it grow. We can progress to the next section of Mont Crenel. Right here we can do a little skip where we can grab the mushroom, because basically there are only 2 layers, and because of that the mushroom is on the same layer as you, and you can just grab it, and that skips a little cave. That is not considered a glitch, by the way. We will allow that in glitchless. And then we go and get the grip ring. Cost another 40 rupees. Alright, the grip ring basically allows us to climb walls. So, just like this one right here, we can climb that without the grip ring. The grip ring is the last accessory we need, so there are 3 accessory items in the game. The flippers, the grip ring, and the... what is it called? It's... power bracelets, right. The power bracelets, we can skip the flippers and the power bracelets, but we'll get to that later. Yeah, in that section there are like rocks falling down. They're all RNG. Can't do anything about that, and nice. No enemies hit us there. If they hit you, you will release the mushroom. And it's just annoying. But they didn't hit us, so that's cool. Alright. More fun facts. I'm all about fun facts. Wow, I'm getting hit a lot. That Eslo text box right there said the raindrops deal more than a little bit of damage, but that's not true because they deal the minimum amount of damage, which is a quarter heart. So yeah, that's a pretty nice fun fact. And here we have some boulder pushing puzzles. You just push this boulder. It's really interesting right here. Yeah, so there's not really much going on here. We do have to be careful though, because if you push the rock into the wrong direction once, you basically have to start over again. And we definitely don't want to do that. That loses a lot of time. But I didn't do it. Now we have even more puzzles, because everyone loves these puzzles. Right? Alright, so yeah. Alright, if I position myself right at the edge here, I can... I get the bad RNG. Okay, it's not really bad RNG. I was trying to shove something, but the enemy wasn't cooperating. If the enemy is cooperating, you can like kill it midair. That's pretty funny. And we get those 20 rupees. Again, we need 60 more. And we need 60, so we're gonna get 50 rupees from a chest in the next dungeon. And that's all the rupees we're gonna get. And this is our last rock puzzle. Luckily, we can progress the story. Make our way to the second dungeon, which is Cave of Flames. But first, we need to make our way through the Milari mines and talk to the smith, Milari. As I mentioned earlier, he needs to repair the sword for us. So we just like give it to him. Yeah, so we give him the sword. He says, yeah, just get the next element while we do it. Also, he's just starting to hammer the sword. I'm not a smith, but like I don't think that's like an effective way to do smithing stuff. Alright, so now we're in the second dungeon, Cave of Flames. Right at the beginning, I'm gonna grab 2 hearts, or yeah, I'm gonna grab 2 hearts. They're like a pretty fast heart drop, and I don't have that much health. Here I take a stab bag and roll forward so I don't roll into the Eslo cutscene. And we can kill those enemies pretty quickly by just holding out the sword. I pick up these rupees because later on we will need 11 rupees. And if I wouldn't have picked those up, I would have 10. I guess I wouldn't have because I have extra rupees, but I guess I still picked them up out of routine. We have minecarts. These minecarts are actually fast, not like Seasons and Oracle games. Yeah, so they're actually fun in this game. Picking up those bombs, we'll need those later. I'm using the Gustar with this bomb to blow up the wall. And then we can kill the Hamonsars if they let us. Alright. Yeah, now we're going through the Minish section of this dungeon. These enemies can be in the way sometimes, but they're not right here, luckily. Alright, and then here we have the platforms that get destroyed after you walk on them. But it's pretty funny because you can like walk on them before their sprite even fully appears. Yeah. Just waiting for this platform here. Do some stuff. And here we get the 50 rupee chest I was talking about earlier. With these rollerbites. Alright, here we have more tornadoes. And then we'll get to the glitch I was talking about earlier. So this next glitch was discovered around a year ago, like a week from now or something like that. I will do it at first. I need some concentration for this. Alright, there's like there's a beginner strat here and there's a risky strat here. The risky strat can soft lock you, so I won't be going for it right now. But this strat only loses around 4 seconds or 8 seconds. So if we did the risky strat, we'd spawn right here on the bridge. Alright, what was going on right there? So we did a glitch that's called diagonal angle retention. Basically, we jumped out of the hole holding a diagonal angle, so like down right in that case. We held the angle by holding out our sword. So if we hold our sword, Link doesn't change his angle. And then we can grab that pillar. And if you have a diagonal angle and grab the pillar, the game just gets messed up and the pillar gets pulled diagonally, I guess. And we can use that to destroy the loading zone. So basically if we push the pillar onto the loading zone doesn't exist anymore and we can go out of bounds. So out of bounds, no walls exist. But then if we hit a loading trigger that is to the right of us, so we basically roll up and then hit a loading trigger that's to the right of us, and that lets us advance a few rooms and lets us skip a small key. And yeah, we could have gotten onto that bridge right there, but if we go too low, you soft lock there, so I don't want to do that. And here we do another instance of that glitch, so we will position this rollbite in the wall, and then here again grab the pillar with the diagonal angle, and then again push it into the wall, and then if we just grab it Link gets teleported, and we get teleported onto the roller by it, which then damage boosts us onto the upper layer, and we can basically walk straight to the boss room with that. So yeah, there we grab a fairy. We don't grab it for safety, we actually need it for the route later on. So I hope I don't lose it. If I do lose it though, I have a backup. This boss, Gleerock, you can see Gleerock is on the wall right here. This is the most important fact in the game, that Gleerock is on the wall. Yeah, so basically we use the Cane of Patchy. We got that item allows us to turret flip things. So with that we can flip his shell and it just hits him, and then we can hit his core, I guess. I already position myself so I can hit these flames so they don't hit me. If they hit me, I get burned, and Link runs around and isn't able to use the sword for a while, so we don't want that, and we don't get hit. These flames have a pretty high drop rate on hearts, so we can get a lot of hearts there. You can see I got 2. Yeah, nothing really to talk about here, just admire the Gleerocks on the wall. So yeah, there he did different patterns, he didn't shoot at us. Oh. Alright, that was Gleerock. Only takes 3 cycles optimally. And we get the fire element, so yeah, that was Cave of Flames. First, like, glitches in the game were there. And okay. So again, grabbing the heart container, because as I said, the late game of this game is just brutal. Everything deals like a full heart of damage to you, or even like there's some enemies that there's an attack later on that deals 4 hearts of damage. So yeah, that just shows how much you need these hearts, and they like most of them take like a second or 2 if you skip them. Alright, so Malari is finished with the sword. And we can now go to the sanctuary in Hyrule Castle. And we're gonna do that right now. We're gonna descend from Mount Crenel. Use a bunch of shortcuts here, like jumping down here. And yeah. So the descent is like way faster than the ascent because we have group ring early already, and yeah. And now we're gonna, to pick up that rock. Just gonna go through Hyrule Town and grab this Wind Crest. Again, we'll need it later. And then just go here. This Ezlo trigger is not very useful because he basically says, is my hair good because we're gonna meet the king? But like, first of all, he doesn't have hair. Second of all, we're never gonna meet the king. So yeah, I don't know. But now we're in the sanctuary, so that door right there is only visible to children, and it is the door that connects the Minish world with the human world. That door that I was talking about earlier, and we're gonna put in our sword in this pedestal and then infuse it with the 2 elements we already got. We never get to see the purple sword, which is pretty sad because it looks pretty nice, but we get the red sword instead. It's also fine. And here we get to like the second big gimmick of this game, which is cloning. So if we charge the spin attack and then charge this full meter, we can make one clone right now. So yeah, 2 elements, 2 links makes sense. We're gonna use that to activate these switches and get out. Alright, so our next destination is going to be Fortress of Winds, where we hopefully get the wind element. So yeah, let's go there. Oh no, what is this? It's Vadi. Alright, we want to fight Wadi, so we run at him. But he's gone, and now we need to fight these 2 moblins. There are luckily some cool fight strats, just like that one. Can get them over pretty quickly. And now Ezlo tells us about his past. Oh yeah, well, we'll explain this a little bit. Basically, Ezlo and Vadi are both Minish. Ezlo made the head of wishes that he wanted to gift the humans, and that hat basically lets you do any wish, I guess. But Vadi, the student of Ezlo, took the hat and gained evil powers, and with those evil powers he turned Ezlo into a hat, so now Ezlo is a hat. And we need to fight Vadi because he's evil and has evil powers. Alright, enough of that. We'll go to the Fortress of Winds now. So yeah, this game has a lot of like revisiting areas just like this. Now instead of getting the ball, we can push the stone with the 2 links we have, because 1 link is too weak. Okay. But we have some more cutscenes. Right here, Vadi is attacking the king. So it's happening. Vadi asks the king if he knows where the light force is, but he doesn't, so then Vadi takes over the king. And Vadi turns into the king, actually. So this king we see right here is Vadi, and he tells these guards to search for the light force. So they all have the big question mark, like, what is he talking about, the light force? But they're gonna search for that now. And we're gonna talk to that sign. That sign tells us the way. And the way is this guy. Okay, this is Rem. And Rem is not very awake. He's falling asleep. And yeah, this is the 3rd portal I was talking about. Just have to go through this animation. And there are some Minish on his desk that want to talk to us. And they tell us we need to visit the old witch that gives us the wake up shroom, so we can wake up Rem the shoemaker. So we're gonna do that right now. That save and quit is only faster on Wii U. As I said, Wii U saves 2 seconds faster than the GBA, and that save and quit only saves 1 second. And with that combined, if we would do that on GBA, it would just not save any time, so we only do that on Wii U. Alright, here we're just gonna break into Malance and Town's house and get their key. It's kind of like cool to see how they made it so like that wood portals are in the overworld and the pod portals are like in the city and in houses and stuff. It's kind of nice like feature. So we gave them the key. Now they can go back into their house. And we can go over Long Long Ranch. There are cows here. Alright, so we take this, like, path with the whirlwind again. So that we can fly over this little pond right here. And now we're in Lake Hylia. This is where the witch lives, and the witch brews like potions and stuff, and he also has this wake up mushroom we're gonna buy, and that's our last use of rupees in this run. And then we're just gonna go back to Hyrule Town. And with the wake up room, you can just wake up Ram. And so what they say about Ram is that he makes shoes in his sleep, but actually the Minish we saw on his table make the shoes. But Ram needs to put on the final touch so that the shoes actually work as intended. And what the boots do, like in most games, they make us go fast. So yeah. Basic movement stuff is if it's more than 3 rolls, we want to use the boots. If it's less than a roll, we just want to walk. Right here we're rolling down to skip an Ezel trigger. Yeah, they just didn't extend it into the swamp part. Alright, yeah, so the sign that we read earlier told us that we need our boots to get through the swamp. Because otherwise we would sink in it. We don't want that. And here's a dark nut. You can just bonk on the wall and kill it like that. It's a pretty good strat. That was also good RNG. You can either do that dash attack or you can slash. If he slashes, you can only hit him twice instead of 4 times. So here, we're just gonna go and get the bow right now because the bow is pretty useful for progressing here. We have another lily pad section. The thing about this lily pad section, other than the one in Deepwood Shrine, it's pretty linear, so we can abuse the fact that if you go diagonally with the lily pad, you get a little speed boost. So we try to do that as much as possible there. And we can just kill these enemies. Alright, good. Save and quit here. Alright, we do a RNG manipulation to get 2 kinstones right here, which we need later in the run. And then we get to use the bow. So a thing we can do with the bow is we can use the bow and then tab the boots, because what that does is it skips the animation of Link holding out the bow. So normally Link holds out the bow until the arrow hits its target. and we can just skip that by using the boots right here. And then we're gonna do the same RNG manipulation a second time. There's actually a manipulation for getting 4 Kinstones in one mana, but that is pretty risky, and you can fail it easily. Alright, so we can roll under these guys, and we're here in the swamp. We are collecting 3 golden Kinstones because we need them to get to Fortress of Winds. Or we're gonna get the last Kinstone, the last golden Kinstone. So there are like 4 different kinds of Kinstones, like green, blue, red, and gold. And gold Kinstones are basically story Kinstones that we need to progress in the story. These 3 golden Kinstones are the only ones we're gonna get though. They're normally, I think, 12 or 11, but we're just getting 3. And if we fuse with these guys, they get happy and they do a little jump, and with that jump they destroy the stone that is in our way. You can progress to the Wind Ruins. Again, just using the invincibility frames that we have from rolling. And here we're gonna go into the Armos and activate the switch so we can activate it and roll through it again. Oh, hey Spock, if you hold that direction while during a screen transition with the boots, you bonk, so yeah, that's kind of stupid, but doesn't really matter really. Just like let go of the D-pad while transitioning. Right here we slash these 2 patches of grass to make our way easier. And then again, roll through the Armos. And here, we're gonna do the opposite. We're gonna deactivate this Armos, because if we want, he will walk into that way right there, and like we can't go through him. So just deactivate him. And here we need to kill all the enemies. I want that heart. I was pretty low on hearts there. These enemies, wow, so many Kinstones. Alright. Okay, these enemies can just lift their rock up and throw it down. And now we're in the 3rd dungeon. Fortress of Winds. Alright, so this dungeon is basically split in two halves, where we get 2 keys. With me. It's okay. We're gonna get 1 key right here. It's a cool little tech we can do here. We have 1 tile between us, 2 less, but we can just walk between the switches and activate them. That's pretty cool because we don't have to lift that skull right there. And then we can activate this Armos again to pull the lever behind him. Alright, and that makes a key fall down. And we just fall down too to get the key pretty fast. Alright, but we're not gonna get the second key in the second half. And you're gonna see why in a bit. But first, we need to get the dungeon item. Oh. Just have a little auto scroller here. Gonna play around. And you know, we just use more boots canceling to go through this section faster, and then we have another armless. And you give this good RNG again, which is nice. I hit him to the right here a bit, because if he drops something, yeah, just like this kinstone, we get the text box. I don't want that. I gotta get a rep. These bombs here. And we got a roll up right here, so yeah, this bomb will explode pretty fast. And then I will go for another RNG manipulation. This is probably the hardest RNG manipulation I will go for, so I hope I hit it. And it will also look pretty cool if I get it. So we do specific rolls and stuff right here. And grab this kinstone, we need that one for later. And nice. So we clip right through that block. And then get this kinstone. And then we're gonna do another glitch. Oh god, okay. That's bad. So basically what happened right here, I pressed right too early. So we get a little slow animation right here. Wastes around like 20 seconds, but that's okay if we don't get it again. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna pause buffer here to get a right frame. That should work, hopefully. No, not. Please. Alright, that frame's good. Alright, so what happened there, that glitch is called portal items. What it does is basically it allows us to use an item on a portal, and if we use the moments right there, we get a little pushback, because if you like use the moments on a wall or something like that, you get pushback. We'll use that to get pushback, and then use a damage boost from the bomb to allow us to skip through, or to get one layer higher and get through the boss early and basically skip half of this dungeon. And that saves around 3 minutes, and yeah, that glitch was patched on the North American version. Alright, this is Mazel. We need to just shoot his eyes with the bow. I want to get hit here because I want to get low health. Also, if I hold out the sword there, I can clip through his hand. That's like pretty funny. And then, nice. We search for the we search for the pillar that we can hit, and basically you can see it through the wall and just hit it. It can't be the same pillar twice in a row. Here, do a little strat with boots canceling. Alright. Okay. As I said, I want to be low health here, so I'm gonna skip this heart container, because that would just make us damage down more later, and we don't want that. And then we get the wind element, right? Nope, we only get the ocarina. But it's fine, because the ocarina is more useful in this game than the wind element. Okay, not really, but The ocarina is the most broken item in this game, and you will see why in a bit. But first, we're gonna do a side quest, an optional side quest. With, which is fusing with 4 Tingle Brothers. You want to talk to him here so that he activates all the other Tingle Brothers being there. So there are 4 Tingles we can fuse with, but one of them is actually just a fan. He isn't a Tingle Brother. He's only a fanboy. And we fuse with this guy for way later. That activates a portal to an area we can go through later. And we can go fuse with more Tingles. Just going through this little cave here with the moments. Digging through the dirt. Fusing them, yeah, so basically we need 4 different kinstones. You can get all 4 of them in 1 mana, but that is like really hard. So I did a easier strat where I get 3 kinstones from 2 manas and then get another kinstone from the Armos. And yeah, now I have all the kinstones I need. And this guy here, his name's David Jr. Oh, it's not the right kinstone. He's not a real Tingle. Okay. Yeah, these Tingles just open these trees, and we'll need them for later. Just going through this cave to get the last Tingle. Alright, so now that we fused with all 4 of them, we can go to this tree area and go into every single one of those trees, because that basically allows us to get the magical boomerang. The magical boomerang is used later or in the next dungeon to skip the flippers, because we would need the flippers. But yeah, with the magical boomerang and another skip we can do right after we get this, we can skip them. So we'll see how. I'm just going to the last tree, and that makes the ladder fall down there. And we get the magical boomerang. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna set up for the next trick right here. I'm gonna go back to Lake Hylia. And basically what we want to do next is enter a door on the same frame we die, which basically makes the door stay open. I'm gonna save, because if I fail this I can just try again. Hopefully I won't fail. Alright, so I'm gonna buffer here. Get the right frame. and then open the door, and then here's the hard part of this trick. Oh, I missed it. Okay, that's okay. So what was supposed to happen there is I press up and ocarina, and basically that allows us to do the ocarina glitch, which I will talk about in a bit when I get it. So hopefully I can get it this try. Okay. I'm gonna try a different strat for getting the ocarina glitch here. Okay, I got it. Good. Okay, so what the ocarina glitch does is basically it cancels Link going into the door, and that basically puts the game into a state where everything is frozen and none of the hitboxes and the void zones are active, so we can just walk over the water straight to the next dungeon. And yeah, that's why the ocarina is the most powerful item in this game. We are gonna abuse the ocarina glitch quite a bit, just like here for example. Yeah, just like that. And the thing with ocarina glitches is that on the same screen you do it, there's a lot of things that make you soft lock. So for example, if you bonk, or if you pull something, or push something, or if you roll, that all makes you soft lock, so we want to avoid stuff like that. But luckily hopefully that won't happen. And you're just getting the boss key, and we will use that in a bit. So we're gonna get the boss key and then do save and quit. And then go back to that area with the ocarina glitch in and get a small key. We will need that later. We could technically get a different small key, but yeah, this one's just faster. I want to open this gate here to make the sun shine in, and then we can melt that ice block with the key. So ice physics are pretty annoying, but if you just use the boots, Link just doesn't slide. Alright, we'll do another ocarina glitch here. This time we can use it to do a glitch that's called boss clipping, so I will do that right now. Alright, good. So what happened there is I threw the boomerang. Oh, okay. I threw the boomerang and then opened the door and held the button for the boomerang, which basically cancels the screen transition, and then we can manipulate our subpixels by rolling, and we can see what subpixel we're on by using the cane. So that's what I did there. It's pretty hard to see, but if you know what you're looking for, you can see it. So we manipulate our subpixels there, and then we go right, and we can clip onto the wall and basically get to that blue portal room early and just hit that switch earlier, and that basically skips having to use the flippers. And now we're gonna go back and do the third and last ocarina glitch in this dungeon. So yeah, as I said, ocarina glitch really... Ooh. Okay, I missed it right here. If you miss the ocarina glitch, you either, if you don't press up, you only play the ocarina. If you press up too late, you just you just walk into the next room. Also, I did something there that's technically slower, but it looks more funny right here. So right here, Link will turn into the shadow. Normally the shadow's over the room, but now Link is the shadow. And we can see the two matter colors. Yeah, so we did that occurring glitch. You basically walk from one half of the dungeon to the other one. And yeah, and now we're at the second lever. So yeah. We could now go to the boss, but we still need the item of this dungeon to fight it. And we're gonna get that right now. Okay. Okay, so yeah, this is the water element. As it says, like, yeah, we can just go get it, but we also accidentally unfroze the big Octorok, and he just sucks it in. Because, yeah, that's what Octoroks do apparently. Alright, I'm gonna get some hearts here. It's not really necessary, but like, I want to go a bit safer for this run. So we're gonna go to the mini boss of the dungeon and get the lantern. Yeah, as I said, we can use the boots to go across the ice better, so we don't slide, and we can also damage boost through those things. And this cutscene should be familiar. Alright, so now we're gonna fight the boss from the first dungeon again, but this time he's blue, and blue chews are electric. So basically this is the boss, the same boss as the first dungeon, but he has also electricity and we can't hit him during electricity, so we just gotta wait. But that's okay. Yeah, so we just do the same thing as with the first boss. Yeah. My strat is to lure him to the right and wait until his electricity is gone, and then go to the left while I can hit him. And here he just jumps above us 5 times. So we just wait, and now it's not coming again. In the last phase, it's actually faster. It is 10 frames faster to spin attack him. Yeah, so we do that. Alright. Do that. We got the lantern, which we need to fight the boss. And then I'm gonna attempt a manipulation of the boss. So the boss has like RNG elements in the third phase, and we're gonna try to manipulate him to give us the best RNG possible. Alright, so basically the first 2 phases of this fight are scripted. He's just gonna shoot 3 boulders on this phase. And we can lure him over here. No. Okay. Good. So if we stand in like the correct position and stuff like that, we can manipulate his pattern on the third phase. So now in the second phase he's gonna suck, boulder, boulder. You're gonna avoid his suck. If he sucks you and shoots you out, that's 1 heart of damage. You want to avoid that, that's not really good. Also makes us fail the mana up. Right, and then third boulder. I can roll 4 times and 2 down, and then I can look at the rock pattern, the pattern of the rocks falling down. And then I know how many times I need to roll right here. I need to roll 3 times. And it should give me 3 boulders. Okay, so yeah. I got the RNG minute. It's not that hard, but you can mess up stuff and then you get bad RNG. So what the bad RNG is, she can suck you in. And then if she sucks you in, you're there's gonna be an ink phase where there's just the whole screen gets black. We just need to wait for like 20 to 30 seconds, and we don't want that, so we just, yeah, we manipulate them to get the best RNG. That's the 3rd dungeon done. Like, I'd say between the 3rd and 4th dungeon is the scariest part of the run, because you can fail. There's like a lot of tricks you can fail easily. We're past that now. And we're gonna go infuse our sword with 3rd element. We got... So we're just gonna use the boots right here for faster movement. So yeah, as we saw earlier, Wadi overtook the king, and he said the guards should search for the light force, but the guards should also let no one into Hyrule Castle. So basically we need to go through this like back door, I guess. The guards on the North American version actually move faster and have better vision, so like that's it's a bit harder to do that section. Yeah, that's also a change they made. So like the game developers made like a lot of weird changes, and for example in the EU version, the final boss is way harder than on any other version. It's just really weird. But that doesn't matter to us because we play the Japanese version. And we have the blue sword. 3rd elements. 3rd element, 3 elements means 3 links, so we can do 2 clones now. We have to do 2 clones, so like yeah, if you get another element, you always have to do the amount of clones. You can't do less. Oh, I can use boots. Goddamn. That's okay. Alright, and now we're making our way to the 2nd to last dungeon. So I said it earlier, after the 4th dungeon, we're gonna use this portal right here. What this portal is, it's basically a portal to the Wind Tribe house, and the Wind Tribe house is directly connected to the to the 5th dungeon, Palace of Winds. And what you can do is just use the Ocarina glitch twice to go through these people, because as I said, Ocarina glitch deactivates all the hitboxes. So you can just go through them. 2 Ocarina glitches, perfect. And then, yeah, I'm gonna grab a fair here just for safety. And now we're in Palace of Winds. Alright, this dungeon doesn't have any glitches. Actually, I guess it has like a few glitches. Or does it? I'm not sure actually. I don't think it does have any glitches. But we do like a bunch of tricks. Actually, of course it has glitches. Wow, what am I talking about? I don't know my game. Alright, so yeah. We're gonna do a lot of tricks. We don't use Ocarina glitch here. Well, that guy's in the way. Not very nice. You can just hit him with the boomerang. That's one nice thing about the boomerang. It basically lets you stun enemies and hit them. So that's very nice that we get it in any percent. In glitchless, we don't get it, and that makes it a bit harder. but yeah, we have it now, so we use it a lot in this dungeon. This dungeon has a lot of auto scrollers too, but that's okay. Here got hit by the fire. That's also fine. Can use the boomerang to hit that switch and then use bombs. Yeah. And we get a bomb drop here. Ooh. Oops. Alright, so I'm gonna attempt the strat here for a quick kill. Let's see if I get it. Looks good. Yeah, okay. Really nice. Now I get the cape. I'm gonna grab this heart. And the cape basically is the best item in the game. It lets us jump. It's really nice. And with that jump, we can basically just skip this whole floor by jumping to this platform early. We can skip the whole floor right here. It's also really nice. Yeah, okay. Another thing we can do is from the third cloud, we can jump to the top of the screen where the loading zone is. And we can just hit it early. Yeah, we just do 3 clones. Try not to kill them and push this block. And here we have some auto scrollers. Every game has to have some auto scrollers, but yeah, what can you do? That's fine because after this next auto scroller, there's a cool glitch coming up. Also, I just slash my sword to the music for fun. Okay, so here we're gonna do the anger retention glitch we did in Cave of Flames again, to basically shoot us out of the hole diagonally, and that allows us to get onto the next floor, or yeah, get onto the next level, and that skips the only room in the game we need power bracelets in. So for like years we had to get power bracelets just for one room in the game, and now we can finally skip it. I'm gonna wait here, and we do the skip again to skip the small door, small key door, and then yeah, just jump right here to the loading zone again. Here, if I do good movement, I can get a early cycle on the wind. So let's see if I can get it. Ooh, it's really close. Oh, that was really close. Didn't get it, unfortunately, but that's fine. And you're just gonna jump across. And then we're gonna fight the ball and chain guys. They're just called ball and chain guys in the community. Alright, and then we do the swag jump, grabbing the key mid-air and jumping to the door. You have to get that or your run is invalid. I'm gonna get this fairy right here, just for safety. Gotta do the boss clipping glitch again, and that basically allows us to skip the whole second half of this dungeon. That saves around like 6 to 7 minutes. And it allows us to walk straight to the boss. And yeah. Alright, this is York. There are 3 different Yorks. There's the big red York, the mother, so to say. And there's the blue York, the father. And then there's the small baby Yorks. Here we can, if we have a good position, we can do a spin attack and hit the eye of the blue York twice, and that skips a cycle. So that's pretty nice that we got it. And if we do this clone pattern that I have, we can hit every eye pattern. So basically just need to hit the eye pattern and then hit the eyes. Again, I'm gonna try to get the 2 cycle. I got it again. That's pretty nice. Or, yeah. Okay. This pattern, that eye pattern that I just got, can actually also do cloneless, but there's no reason to do that. Apart from now, if we don't have clones, we can just do that. Do cloneless. Pretty nice. The task just does all of the phases cloneless. And wow, I got the spin attack 3 times, which is like really nice. This was a really good York fight. Alright. So yeah. Got really good RNG here. And then we have the 4th and last element, the wind element. We just need to finish the last dungeon. Final dungeon. Alright, getting the hard container again. Okay, so here we're gonna warp from the we're gonna warp down here. In the EU version you can't use the ocarina there, which is like really weird, but apparently we can't, so that makes the EU version 40 seconds slower. But well, yeah, gotta do this. Guards again. And then we're gonna go to the sanctuary for the last time. Infuse our sword with the 4th element to get the 4 sword. Shoutouts to 4 sword adventures. Alright. So the sword is gonna turn green now because, yeah, it's the green element. Just kidding. It's golden. No. Okay, that was a bad joke. Yeah. So what the 4 sword does, basically, if we charge a spin attack and then release it, it lets us unfreeze people from stone, which we will use pretty soon. First, we have to walk into that room. And here we're gonna just watch the intro cutscene again, because why not? It's time for a good time for a drink. Alright, so yeah, we're just gonna watch the intro cutscene again. This time it has one more glass panel, I guess, than the intro cutscene. And that last glass panel is gonna tell us that Zelda had the Light Force all along. But the thing is that not only we are going to see that last glass, stained glass. So yeah, here's Zelda. Holds the Light Force, but oh no, Vaati saw her too. So now Vaati knows that Zelda has the Light Force. Basically, we're gonna race him to who's gonna save Zelda first, or is he gonna extract the Light Force from her? Yeah, but first of all, we gotta get out of here. again 4 clones now. I'm gonna attempt a little trick here. It only says 8 seconds, but it looks pretty cool. So if we line up correctly and activate the Ezreal... Ooh, I missed it. That's not good. Okay, that's fine. We missed it. So basically, if we activate the Mayor on freezing cutscene and the Ezreal trigger at the same time, we could basically walk around while these guys aren't freezing. So I could walk around right now, but we can't because I missed it. But that's okay. Okay. Now this dungeon uses 4 ocarina glitches. Oh, I got hit by the fire. Tried to jump over it. Right, we're gonna do the first ocarina glitch here. Nice. So this ocarina glitch basically allows us to skip saving the king. Another thing about the ocarina glitch I didn't talk about is that it allows you to stay on the same Z layer. So we're always on the same height and we can't go down apart from if we roll downstairs or jump down from door frames. And yeah, that allowed us to walk over there and like roll into the next room, skip saving the king. Here I'm gonna attempt a strat. It's called Cloneless. Let's see if I can get it. I think I went a little early. Ooh, I still got it. Nice. Okay. Yeah, so that bomb basically blows up those cannons, and we can allows us to skip using the clones. Sorry about that, my parents. Yeah, okay. So basically, now, oh god. Alright, yeah, so if we charge here and go clone instantly, we can skip getting like a cycle with this thing. I accidentally walked into the wall, but that's fine. Alright, we're gonna earlier we walked out of the door here, so we set our spawn point there. Now we're gonna do the next ocarina glitch. And yeah. I can just walk over the wall to the key. So this dungeon basically is like you go to the 4 towers and get the keys. I'm gonna grab a bomb drop here because I'm low on bombs. I don't want to be low on bombs. I'm gonna do another save and quit and do another ocarina glitch here. And this time we're not gonna go to the left tower, we're gonna go to the right tower. Oh no. Yeah, so stairwalks cost about 8 seconds. Alright, that's okay. Yeah, so we're gonna go here again and walk over. Yeah, just elevate our level with the staircase and just walk over the wall to the next key. Here's our 3rd key. We need 4 keys. I'm gonna get the 4th key a bit later. And here we're gonna go do our last ocarina glitch of the game. So let's hope I can get it first try. That would be pretty nice. Ooh. Okay, that's still good. Okay, so I did a Dark Arena glitch there, and then I jumped over the door. And basically I jumped into the wall and then screen transitioned. Please use your thing, thanks. Yeah, I need bombs, not okay, whatever. So I basically screen transitioned and then jumped out of the wall. And I'm gonna put the bombs there and then jump up, and the thing, as I said, we need to roll to get down a layer. So we're gonna jump down through this gate and then roll so we can get down, and we need to land on that platform or otherwise we will fall down into the void. And here I'm gonna attempt a pretty cool quick kill. Let's see if I can get it. Nice. Okay, we can kind of like stun lock that guy just by timing our slashes. And you're just gonna watch this cutscene of all the dark nuts spawning. And we need the last key. My god, my parents, I'm so sorry. Here I'm gonna jump over these dark nuts to kill them. Oh my god, this RNG. I just need to hit them 3 times, come on. One more. One more. Okay, good. That was a bit weird. Alright, I'm just gonna get activate the lantern. This lantern here. And then we need to find out which ghost is the real one. Oh, it was that one. So if you don't kill them fast enough, they can like grab you, and if they grab you, they can also like chain grab you. It's kind of really annoying. They just like chain grab you until you're dead. You can't do anything about that, so glad I didn't get hit there. Alright, now I'm gonna set up for another manip. This is the last and longest manip of the game. So by doing specific rolls and slashes here, I can manipulate a good pattern for the final boss, or not the final boss, but like, you'll see. Alright, but we'll get the boss key first. So I hope I could get it. The fight looks really cool if you can get it, and it's also really fast. Here we can just jump over this guy. He's not really a threat. It's just kind of funny. Alright, so if I did the R&D manip correct, he should be in a specific pattern where you can just slash them and walk through them. Okay, I got it. Nice. I'm gonna slash twice here, and you're gonna see we're gonna have a really nice and easy fight pattern. Ooh. Okay, good. Very good. And now we are at the final boss, which is Vadi. So Vadi has we have to fight Vadi 3 times. This is Vadi 1. Basically, we need to hit the eyes that are like around him, and then we can hit like his core eye, I guess. So if we do it right, we can hit him in 6. We can kill him in 6 phases. Alright, yeah, one thing about Vadi is that you can teleport around, it's RNG how much he teleports, and teleporting obviously wastes a lot of time, so like, we don't want him to teleport. There's actually an RNG manipulation we can do, like we can extend the Darknet manipulation I did into Vadi to basically get like minimum amount of teleports and kill him really fast. But that was a pretty good body, not too many teleports. Alright, this is body 2. This is probably the most annoying fight. We're gonna abuse the boots cancel a lot here because that makes the fight just 10 times easier. So we want to use the boots. He hit me. To hit his 4 eyes. Oh god. Okay. And we need to hit his eyes, and if we do like specific slashes, we can actually kill him in 3 phases. So it can't be the same eye pattern twice. If he's on top, it's a bit annoying, but oh wow, he hit me with those. Yeah, you can see it's just really, he's just going all around the room. And like doing like shooting all this like purple stuff. It just makes everything more annoying. Sometimes you can just be like on the wrong side of the room for you to hit him like for minutes. Let's hope I can get a good 3rd phase. Like the more phases he has, the like faster he goes. Ooh, yeah. Some of the stuff like that happens a lot where he just destroys your clones and stuff like that. Yeah, so this fight is... Ooh. Please. Yeah, I can lose a lot of time to this fight, which is also like really sad because it's right at the end. But okay, we did the 3rd, we did the 3 cycle by doing specific slashes, and yeah. Alright, and now we can save Zelda. Zelda saved. Game is over. We did it. Okay, no, obviously not. We still need to escape the castle because it's gonna collapse. We're gonna do castle collapse. Alright, so the only safe place we can go to is the sanctuary. We're gonna go to the right there. I have a fairy in my balls, so I'm not gonna get a refill. We could get a refill right here, but nah. Alright, Vadi 3. This one is just... It's not really hard, it's just, he can give you bad RNG. I like to go to the bottom right here, so that I can go onto the portal. If you're onto the portal, he just can't hit you, and that makes the fight like really easy. So you're just waiting until he puts his arm in the ground, so you can flip it around with the cane, and then enter it. And we need to find the correct eye to hit. You can kind of see it by like, it has like a brighter red, and like the eye moves too. And we're gonna do that a 2nd time with this 2nd arm. Just put it on the ground. Alright. Oh god. I can't hit him. Alright, this arm is dark, so we use the lantern. I'm gonna try to like stun lock him against the wall so he can move around. And then the strat for Wadi 3 is to stay as close as possible to him. And if you do that, he normally should not give you these electric balls. But that was still okay because I hit the blue ball, so we just do the normal classic Zelda final boss fight, blue ball, volleyball or something like that, I guess you can call it. Alright, one last time. Okay. Oh, wow, I missed that. Okay, that's not good, but it's okay. Wow, what? I turn around, come on. Yeah. What's the struggle with body? It's kind of hard to line up. And now we're gonna kill him with bombs for the meme. What? Oh my god. Oh, and done. Alright, that is Team C90%. Alright, I hope you liked it. Yeah, that run was not good, but it was also not bad. Yeah, so I hope you will accept this run in your marathon. I would really love to run it. And yeah, that's about it. Now it's just credits, and yeah. So yeah, thanks for watching, and hope I hear back.